doesn't know, well, that means she gonna have a problem, and you guys gonna have a problem.
So what should Kaden, because I want to talk solutions. We've identified the problem. We cannot live in the problem. So now we have to solve the problem. That's what a solution is.
So to solve this problem,
what does Kaden or whoever need to do?
So whoever need to do is make sure Kaden, wait. Oops. Kaden. That's a B. Do not.
Does not.
I just want. Okay, do not spill the how you spell like synonym?
It's okay. I feel like what you're trying to get at is that although Kaden made a mistake, we're asking what is he supposed to do when he makes that mistake? Not him spilling the milk. Anybody can spill the milk. It can be on accident, it can be on purpose. Do you think that we should be in trouble because they spilled milk? Should we cry over spilled milk, guys? No.
So
listen.
How to solve the
You got one more try, and then we're gonna help you. How can we? Because the problem is what, the spilled milk or the blame blanket?
The blame blanket.
Okay, so we listen. So we want to eliminate or get rid of the blame blanket. So our scenario or our example is, Mommy came out the room, Kaden was carrying a bowl full of milk, and he spilled the milk on the floor. And if in this scenario he says, Mom, you made me spill the milk, that would be him putting the blame blanket on me, right?
Yeah.
So what should Kaden do instead of putting the blame blanket on me? What should Kaden say? What should Kaden do to not put the blame on me?
What he could say that did you scare him or no? Did he like yell?
No, I was just walking out the room, and he had put way too much milk in his bowl.
Okay, so the bowl is this high with the cereal.
Well, we're not concerned about the milk. When he got caught and Mom asked, what is this mess? What should he have done instead of using the blame blanket?
Instead of saying, Mom, look what you made me do, what could he have said otherwise? Because we don't want the blame blanket.
If you don't want the blame blanket on us, then he should say, oh, hi, Mama. No, is it? No, that's gonna make a bigger problem.
That's right. Think 5 steps ahead. Don't just say anything. Say something that's not going to create another issue. That's right.
If this is a blame blanket, and instead of the blame blanket, we get the good blanket. If we get the good blanket, if we get the good blame blanket, like you're blaming on something that's.
So the opposite of the blame blanket is the accountability blanket.
Yes,
it's take responsibility for myself, personal responsibility blanket. Okay? So if Kaden is taking accountability or personal responsibility for his choices, what does he say to me instead of, Mom, you made me spill the milk? What should he say instead?
He should say, when he has to spills the milk, he has to say sorry, and he would say, I will not do it again, and I would never ever do it again, and I promise, and I would deserve a punishment on it. So he's putting you on the good blanket.
So at that point, I'm going to give you the answer. Okay? I love your use of, they're called diagram, but that's not the word that I want. Thank you for giving us visual representation of what the blame blanket looks like. When the way that he would respond to this and take accountability or personal responsibility, I would say, and we can all take turns saying what we would say, but I would say, oh no, I spilt my milk. Let me pour it up, or let me clean it up. That's what I would say by taking personal responsibility and taking accountability for my choices. Because I poured too much milk in my bowl. I came around the corner, and yes, somebody was on the other side of the corner, but did that person make me spill my milk? No. So, I'm not going to say, Mom, you made me spill my milk. I'm going to say, oh no, I spilt my milk. Let me clean it up. What would you say, Adoy? And why?
So I would tell my mom, hey, I'm sorry for spilling the milk. Clean up the mess. And then explain to her I was having trouble getting my own bowl of milk. You know, hey, I didn't know how to get the right amount. However you say that in 5-year-old talk. But I was having trouble getting enough milk. I poured too much. I'm sorry. And explain the situation instead of using the blame blanket. And I would do that because it's important that whoever is coming into the situation understands all aspects and all what led up to it, instead of them walking in, you know, there's a mess, and then no one's taking accountability.
And he's cleaning up his mess, not just leaving it on the floor and keep walking. They're called visual aids. All right, so how would he respond? We've given you 2 examples of how he could respond by taking accountability and personal responsibility for his actions and choices. He chose to pour too much milk. I didn't make that. I didn't pour the milk. He chose to start walking towards his bedroom with his cereal instead of sitting at the table. I didn't make that choice for him. I just happened to be in the hallway. So, how can he respond in a way that's taking personal accountability and responsibility for himself?
So when he spilled his milk, if he spilled his cereal, he should say, he should say when he spilled his milk, he said, my milk, and he should clean it up, and eat something else instead of cereal, because it was not breakfast yet still.
Okay.
Because breakfast always lasts for like...
Well, he really wanted that cereal because he had a banana earlier in the morning, and when he was in the kitchen trying to get cereal, we told him no, he had to sit down, and then Angel and got cereal, and then Michael got cereal, and then
He wanted his cereal.
exactly, so he went back around, and that's when that whole situation happened, because he was being sneaky.
So we only have 8 hours of breakfast, and
This is your son, by the way, you know, it's funny. He's like, I get your point, but no.
The 24 hours that we have in a day.
Right.
10 hours for lunch and 11 hours for dinner. Because
11 and 10 is 21 plus 8.
29 hours.
So we have 29 hours in the day.
yes.
Okay.
But if night only takes 8 hours, if we take 7 hours, the sky will not be like looking so shiny and blue.
Okay.
Not that much. But if we sleep for like 6 hours, the sky will be lightly blue.
Okay.
What if I told you the sky is always blue? I said, what if I told you the sky is always blue?
Then if it's
just
only
dark blue and light blue.
so no.